So your breaking Forest news, Morgan Gibbs-White has not travelled to Portugal with the rest of the team. Welcome to your transfer news. Afternoon everybody, hope you're doing well and welcome to your Forest news. Coming up, I'll talk you through the latest on Gibbs-White and let's hope this saga is slowly creeping to a close. I'll tell you about Ramsey as he moves up the order of importance for Forest, Bilal El-Khanous as well, and a right back that Forest are targeting and getting close to signing. So if you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well. And let's jump into the news. And let's kick it off with the thing doing all the rounds right now. And that's Morgan Gibbs-White. There's two stories within the one story. So let me talk you through it all. So Forest have flown out to Portugal. They've released some photos of the likes of Igor Jesus, Jair Cunha being on the plane, but nothing was shown on Gibbs-White. It was then revealed that Gibbs-White has not flown out with the team to Portugal due to personal circumstances. Now, what those personal circumstances are, we don't know. It could be his wife is close to giving birth to their second child. Maybe it's something to do with the baby, but John Percy has confirmed this as well. Now, it is expected still that Gibbs-White will then join the team later on in the week. So speculation will still continue around this one. Unfortunately, we don't get to know one way or another today. If it's anything to do with the baby, etc., hopefully everything's okay with Brittany and the baby, and mother and child are doing well. But this one's gonna rumble on more. In fact, the rumblings have kicked on even further as there are real rumors, well, not real rumors, a lot of rumors should I say, going on about Gibbs-White and Manchester City. That Manchester City could be in to sweep back in for Gibbs-White after having agreed personal terms with him many months ago when they were talking about bringing him in. And there's some people that are saying Forest are doing a thing here where anyone but Spurs will do if we are looking to sell. I've seen no credible sources on this Gibbs-White to Man City thing. I think it would, if it was going to happen, I'm well up for it. If this rumor is true, anyone but Spurs, run it for me. I'm there. But I'll keep you posted as we look into it. I don't think there's much in it because especially when you've had plenty of credible reports to say that Gibbs-White is only interested in joining Spurs, I'd be surprised if this kind of U-turn or this left field move does come about. So we'll keep you posted on that one. But as things stand, Gibbs-White is not with the team in Portugal and it is down to personal circumstances. Everything else surrounding that is pretty much speculation at the time of recording this video. So that's the Gibbs-White update. Let's move on to some more news. So Forest, as we know, have agreed personal terms with Ndoye. And Forest put a bid in, as we told you on the live show yesterday. And that bid today has been rejected by Bologna. It's believed to have been around 30 million euros, about 27 million pounds, as we were discussing last night. And that has been rejected. Apparently Bologna, as we were talking about last night, are looking more towards the 40 million mark than the 30 million mark. So now the ball is back in Forest court. I still think Forest are in a position of power with this one because personal terms are agreed with Ndoye. Therefore, there is a desire for the player to move from Bologna. So eventually you would expect some deal to be met, maybe in the middle, maybe with add-ons or something like that. It just depends what Napoli are going to do. And there are reports out today to say that Napoli are stepping away from Ndoye and are now pivoting to other targets. I've heard players like Jack Grealish, for example, being linked with Napoli. So it still feels like Forest are firmly in the driving seat on this one. But can they get this deal done and done quickly before someone else swoops in? I think this is still on the cards. It's just about getting to an agreement with Bologna. Now, this can take time. We're seeing the likes of Arsenal where Gyökeres is saying, I only want Arsenal, and we're 7-8 weeks down the line and the clubs are still negotiating add-ons and things like this. So I don't think this one will be too complicated. So I do expect a resolution on it fairly soon. But I'm more optimistic about this one than I was maybe 2 days ago. So that's the update for you guys on Ndoye. Let's keep rolling the updates out. There's loads to go through. And this is the right back from Mallorca, Mafio. He's a mafia gangster. Now, he has refused, or should I say asked, not to be part of their squad during pre-season because he wants to sort his future out. There are reports that Forest have put a £5 million bid in for the right back. This would be a backup to the likes of Ola Aina, etc. And that has been rejected by Mallorca. They want 5 million plus more add-ons or a little more cash up front. So this is one that's been rumbling for a few weeks. I haven't really spent too much time on this one. One, he's not a player I've seen too much, so I can't really offer you my opinion on him. But on top of that, we are talking about a backup. Not against this, by the way, because we don't want to be in a situation like we found ourselves in when it came to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, where poor old Zach Abbott had to be played at right back because Aina was injured, Nico Williams was suspended, Eric Da Silva had picked up a knock. We found ourselves short. So squad depth is definitely something we're going to need, especially with a European campaign as well. So that's the update on him. I think this one does get done, but I'm not really keeping too close an eye on it. It's a backup player. The next one to tell you about is Bilal El Khanous, the Leicester player. There is a bit of movement on him with a lot of clubs now showing interest. You got Forest, you got Villa, and you got Sunderland, all interested in the number 10 from Leicester. Now, I still don't know for sure whether or not he has a relegation clause. The rumours are there of about 20 million euros. I hear different things from different people I speak to, £20 million, on that release clause. But Forest are still looking at him. I'm up for him as a backup, but I don't want him, if Gibbs-White goes, to be that replacement. I don't think he's quite ready yet. But this is one to keep an eye on for sure in the coming days and weeks. But the one that's starting to gather a lot of pace is this Ramsey one. Jacob Ramsey from Aston Villa. Now, this is looking like Forest are targeting him very heavily. We told you, we heard reports last week that he was in Nottingham looking to sort out a house and everything. But what's come out today is that Villa are putting about 50 to 55 million price tag on Jacob Ramsey, which is really expensive, I have to say. He's nowhere near, in my opinion, worth that amount of money. Now, is that Villa just kind of, giving an opening gambit and if Forest come back with 30, then it ends up being 35 plus add-ons? Who knows? But I do know that Forest are very keen on the Villa player. So this one I expect to start seeing some momentum behind over the next few days. It went quiet for a couple of days, but I do trust the sources that said to me the other day that there was house talks, etc. going on with Ramsey, and now we're seeing a lot of talk about Forest coming in for him. But would you spend that much money on him? If it got anywhere near that, I would say walk away, man. There are better deals to be had, but Forest will have to make sure they fill their homegrown quota, the English quota, and all that kind of stuff when it comes to the squad towards the start of the season. So there's a lot of news there to absorb in. Get your thoughts on all of it in the comments below. If you want to grab me a coffee, you can scan that QR code. Make sure you've hit the like. Make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you on the next update. Come on, you Reds.